Hi YouTube. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm actually going to try and do something properly mechanical with the van. I've mentioned before, I am in no way a mechanically minded person. I don't have any experience with working on vehicles. A lot of you are. I've noticed that. People have been giving me advice and stuff whenever it comes to that sort of thing. So if you notice something that I'm doing horrendously wrong, I'd love it for you to point out that to me so that I can learn. But really, I want to try and learn to do more work on the vehicle myself, especially having just paid over $3,000 to have the transmission replaced. Obviously, that's not something that's anywhere near in my wheelhouse yet, but it really made me realize that, okay, when I need to spend the big bucks on big repairs like that, that's fine. But the small stuff, I'm sure it's better if I learn to do it myself. So the main issue left with my van is my parking brake, which is completely disconnected. It doesn't work at all, and it never did. I bought the van and it was frozen. The lever wouldn't move at all. And it was hooked up, but it was rusted. The lever wouldn't even move. I broke the cable, actually, trying to just get the lever to move, and it would never work, and it hadn't worked for several years, according to the person who I bought the van from. So, in August, when I brought the van in, they actually gave me a bunch of parts to fix this, but they weren't able to finish the job due to time. They took a long time, and I needed to move to Cranbrook. There's a whole video about that, but now I've come around to wanting to fix it again, and I really don't want to pay someone else to do it. So I've chalked the front tires here just before I do anything else. That way it can't roll back. I imagine I'll have to take this out of park to test the brakes at some point, so this seems like a good idea. Alright, so after many trips to the store, I finally got the right tools. I should have measured these lug nuts here before. They're 1 inch, and so I've got myself an old 1-inch socket extension and then a brand new breaker bar because I didn't have one. Okay, so I think whoever worked on these last, the mechanics who I just brought this to, air wrenched on some of these, because like these ones I was able to loosen up, but these two I cannot budge at all. I had the whole van rocking back and forth, and I stopped filming just because it was taking me forever to get these to work, and eventually this is what happened. This inch socket here cracked trying to move those lug nuts. So that's a whole new meaning to the term cracking your lug nuts, right? Like that's what you're trying to do, not crack the socket. Jesus. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Fuck, that hurt. Okay, so I finally cracked it. Here, as you can see, I basically asked my landlady if she would get me one of these, and when she was downtown, so she did, so I didn't have to go back down, and then I just gave her some money for it. That's a new one, heavy duty, and I had to attach a pipe to the end of it to get some more leverage so that I could get a higher torque. I did finally crack it, and I actually bashed my knee down on the ground when it cracked, and you know what, that's fine. You know what, it's done, it's good, they're all loosened up, so I'm going to move on to jacking up the vehicle now. So here I have the 12-ton bottle jack ready to go. I also have my jack stands here ready to catch the weight if anything goes wrong. And unfortunately I do have to jack this up from underneath the vehicle. There's just no other way for me to do that, but I actually feel fairly secure. Where I am here is actually underneath of the vehicle here in this cavity, where if it falls there's still plenty of space back onto the wheels. So just as long as I'm careful and I don't put my feet or head or hands or something somewhere stupid, I should be good.
Alright, so time to begin jacking. This is going to be quite the process. I tried this out last night and yeah, it did work, but it's kind of hard on the abs. Starting off strong. And the jack stands taking the weight. Good. There we go. Okay. So I'm actually going to, so there's no actual weight on the jack right now. I am just going to tighten that off there. That's the air intake. So it is, I guess, a kind of a backup, though it's not something I'm actually relying on. It's not actually it doesn't actually have any weight on it right now, but it shouldn't shrink down anymore if weight was suddenly applied to it.
So now that it's jacked up, it's time to completely remove all of these lug nuts. So there are all of the lug nuts removed. It's now time for me to remove both of these tires. Okay, so this is what we have here without the wheels on. I now need to get rid of this cap to get to the brakes, I imagine. Okay, I'm going to try and do this on camera. There's this little bit here. I looked at a video of someone actually doing this. It was a bit of a time-lapse thing. So, yeah, that popped out. And, oh man, that wasn't as helpful as I'd hoped it would be. Oh man. Ha, gotcha. Alright, so this one here was just in here and it just unthreads. And yeah, very different on a dually than other things. I called my little brother because he's mechanically minded. He knows what he's doing and we had to look it up. So here we go. This is off. This should now come off. So let me give that a shot.
Oh yeah. Here we go. A little bit rusty.
Well, I don't really know what to do. I reached out to a forum and I got two completely different answers. One is that I need to remove that spindle with the bearings on it, and that I need a special tool to do that and stuff, which I'm not quite sure makes sense. The other guy says it'll just pull off, but that the shoes might be pressing and they might be in the way and I need to back them off. Well, I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna look it up and see if I can figure it out. Okay, so I'm under the van here, and I'm just going to try adjusting the brake shoes. I got to push that sort of pin in and then turn the star wheel. I asked for some more help online, and this is what they told me to do, so I'm going to give it a shot. Oh my god, I got it done. Woo! One brake drum is off, and here is what it looks like without it. This here is my emergency brake, clearly hooked up to absolutely nothing at all. Alright, let's get rid of this cable. Ha! Alright, got it. Okay, this is a face of happy exhaustion. I am so glad to have gotten that off. That was way more difficult than I thought, and I required a lot of help. So thanks to, my brother and my dad, and who I called on the phone, and the two guys who helped me out on Facebook there. I wouldn't have been able to do that without you guys. And yeah, YouTube's a great resource going on there. Got me through this for sure. So now that it's off, that's all I'm doing for today. I'm done. Just gonna leave it like it is and come back. So now that I've seen it, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do as much research as I can to figure out what it is that I need to do, what part's actually missing there, figure out what that is, and go ahead and order it. I'm gonna show you, actually, before I finish the video, I'm gonna go show you what I have, because the mechanic, like I said, gave me some stuff to do this. Not the one I just brought it to, the one I brought it to in August. So let me go show you what I've got. Okay, here it is. The worst unboxing in history. I got this thing here, which should connect. That's, I think, the part that goes right into the brake. Maybe. Got this cable here. Like, I have no clue what these are, really. This is some sort of seal, I guess. Seal, ASM joint attach. I have no idea what this is, honestly. I wonder if it has anything to do with the seal on the axle cap. I mean, I know this needs replacing. Okay, here is my brake drum. The only thing that I can think that this might be is this here. Is that what that is? I don't know. Looks kind of like it. Alright, so that'll be where I leave this video off. Leave me any advice, any knowledge. What's that part? How do I put these things together? That's my mission. I'm going to go and Google that right now. But if you have any advice, I welcome it. And yeah, these videos, I'm going to try and put them out as soon as I can edit them together, rather than, normally I stagger, and if I do 2 videos in a week, I'll do one the next week, so that I always have content to put out when I am doing this. But these ones, because I'm kind of working in semi-real time here, right? Like, I'm going to put them out as soon as I can. Now, I could get ahead of them. I hope not. It just depends on how much work it is to actually edit all this footage together. I was pretty intensive with filming this, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm hoping that this is a quick fix, but you'll see how that goes in the next video. Cheers, folks.